box. The quadcopter itself, of course, the transmitter with the smartphone holder, the USB charging cable and spare propellers, just in case the ones on the quadcopter break. A screwdriver is also included, and last but not least, the instruction manual, luckily in English. Banggood.com has sent me the green version of this quadcopter, but there also are blue, orange and yellow versions available. I have to say on first sight, not too bad looking actually for the low price. What I've noticed right away is that this drone comes with blade protectors, and these are mounted onto the drone so they don't fall off that easily, as on my previous quadcopter, the 9 Eagles Galaxy Visitor 2. However, the blade protectors don't seem to be that robust. On the bottom we have 4 red rubber feet here, which do a great job, but they can be taken off too easy in my opinion. Right here in the front is the so-called HD camera, but I doubt it actually is one. I'll check that a little bit later. With this camera you can shoot photos and record video. However, there's no microSD slot or whatsoever on this device. Instead, the data is sent through a Wi-Fi module to your smartphone, and that's the antenna here for this purpose. You'll also be able to do real-time monitoring with the camera. On the rear here is the battery cover. Inside is a 700 mAh lithium polymer battery, which should guarantee a flight time of 5 to 6 minutes. Taking the battery cover off is very easy, but putting it back on actually was almost impossible for me. I wish Cheerson would have done a better job here. It's a real hassle. Other than that, the quadcopter seems fine, and once you plug in a battery, the drone lights up with red and blue colors, so flying in the darkness indeed is an option here. A very interesting thing for me with drones is the noise level. I know that's kind of pointless, but I want to show you how much noise it can produce. Alright, now let's take a look at the transmitter. As you'd expect, it's a very simple one. That means 4 channel and 2.4 GHz. On the top is a smartphone holder. A 4.5 inch phone barely fits, therefore your phone shouldn't be any bigger than 4.5 inches. Other than that, the holder works very nicely. You can readjust the angle, and there's soft padding for the phone to avoid scratches or anything of that kind. The throttle stick is on the left side. The transmitter requires 4 AA batteries. These are not included. Alright, it's time to prepare for the flight, I guess. First, get your smartphone and download the cx30w UFO app. Then plug in the quadcopter battery, close the battery cover if you can, and turn on the transmitter. Make sure the throttle stick is pulled down. Then on your phone, go to settings and connect to the drone's Wi-Fi signal. Then start the cx30w UFO app and hit play. Now you can choose whether you want to control the quadcopter with the transmitter or your phone. Unfortunately, for some reason in Android 4.4, the quadcopter doesn't respond to any of my control inputs on the phone. That's why I'm turning this feature off. As you can see, the camera's working, and it would pretty much be real time if there wouldn't be that delay. Sometimes there's almost none, but then in certain situations, when the Wi-Fi signal gets worse, you get a massive delay. So I wouldn't trust flying this drone by just looking through the camera. The quadcopter itself, for a price of $68, when ignoring the marketing intrigue, it's still a good value, but I'm a bit disappointed. Because as a manufacturer, you shouldn't be lying to your customers. The flight time, luckily as promised, is 5